Hi guys, Randall here. Today I want to talk about the Omen Vision card. If you're a massive fire player or you just pulled Terra and you want to get the most out of her, it's definitely a good Vision card to get, but I feel like for most players it is going to be a skip. First of all, there aren't that many fire mages to use this Vision card, and even if you are using a fire mage, you're quite likely to want to run the Encounter of Heroes Vision card in your primary slot because it's just insane. It's one of the best Vision cards ever for mages. And so Omen, while it is good, will be in your secondary slot for your mage because that's just how it is with the competition. But today we'll take a look at its stats, who to use it on, how to fit it in a build, and just generally whether it is worth a viz. So let us begin. The stats on this VC are actually decent. 354 HPs in the higher end, you get a little bit of AP, and then quite a bit of magic with 136. So stats are fine. It's a cost 70, so standard cost for vision cards. The abilities are actually okay. In the individual slot, you get 10 fire attack, which is really good, and 5% HP, which I also like because it has good scaling in the secondary VC as well. Terra specifically will be getting some magic up and agility up. That's a global exclusive buff, so we don't know the values just yet, but I would expect 10% of both, so we'll see when that's released. The party abilities are really where you get most of your benefit because I feel like they increase your stats across the board on both your physical and magical units. So that's a really good point. You get Maneater on magical attacks of 25, so that's going to increase Terra or Regalia Glaciala's damage, or if somehow you're running Ishtala, yeah, you'll get some benefits out of it. But mostly what I like about the VC is 20 missile resistance, which is really good. Missile is extremely annoying in more of the visions, and then 8 Spirit. Both of these will help you against an enemy Jaden, but overall it's just more survivability against anything magic or anything missile, which is quite common across the board. Then if you're running this as a secondary VC, you actually get to keep quite a bit of those stats. So in the individual slot, you still have 4 fire attack and 3.75% HP. It's okay. The magic Maneater suffers quite a bit. It's reduced to 11.25, and the spirit even more with only 2.4, but you do keep a whooping 8 missile resistance. And I think this is actually pretty big. If you're getting some missile resistance from your Esper and your gear on top of that, this secondary ability can actually get it very, very high, and you could build a missile immune or close to team by leveraging this. Now, the one reason why I'm not that sold on it is if I'm looking at the Encounter of Heroes Vision card, I'm getting 50% magic, 20% slash resistance, which in most cases, in my opinion, is worse than missile. And then you're also getting some extra accuracy for all your units, and we know fire struggles with accuracy, with the exception of Terra specifically. So if you're running Setya, or King Mont, or Regalia Glaciala, you want Encounter of Heroes. You want to be able to land your hits, so it's going to be in the primary slot, I think, in most cases. Let's take a look at what this would look like in a team. So I'm assuming Regalia Glaciala or Terra in the first slot. I'll want Encounter of Heroes first, like I just said, and then I would run this in the secondary slot to increase tankiness across the board. Then your attacker, if it's somebody like Setya or physical attacker, you'll either be running Phoenix primary or Brachiosaurus primary, depending on if you're using missile attacks or another type. If it's Setya, Brachiosaurus for first for sure, and then Phoenix in secondary to increase her attack with a 30% individual attack up. Then I would run Ifrit in the middle slot to get a lot of extra attack. But if you're struggling with accuracy, especially if it's not a Terra team, then you would run probably Secrets of the Heart instead to increase your luck across the board and increase your accuracy. Or you could go with Gaion or Typhon for just flat accuracy up. Now, if you do own the Blades in the Grass Vision card, the one that I have in second under King Mont, that gives you accuracy for fire units. It is one of the best vision cards to run if you need to be more accurate. Unfortunately, I know a lot of players don't own it. I don't have it leveled myself. I think it's stuck at level 75, so it's not really an option. If you don't have that, you replace that vision card with Secrets of the Heart, and you still have a pretty strong team. But overall, I feel like if you're using the Omen VC as your primary slot on your magic attacker, and she's the only, it's the only source of magic attack oriented vision card in your team, you're not going to do as much damage as if you just have Encounter of Heroes, and then why are you running your magic attacker if you don't do damage? So it's really a tough decision, but I feel like if you're pulling for this vision card, you are doing it to make your fire teams just a little bit stronger. It won't be meta defining for your mage. So you might be watching this thinking, I don't have Terra, who could I use that would leverage this? Well, there are quite a few options. Regalia Glaciala, Rain, Summer Catone are seen often in fire teams, as often as fire teams come out. Otherwise, Minwoo is always an option, fire selection quest unit. Ishtala is a very decent attacker. She hits similarly hard to Regalia Glaciala, but if you look at her wrong, she dies. So she does have that major disadvantage. And then Mish, very low rarity unit, but he has pretty much instant cast attacks with really bad status effects, really good range, and he's a surprisingly good unit that we've leveraged to very good effect during limited guild battle, among other things. And then you could also be running Adelard or some of the underdogs, but I feel like they're not as impactful in fights as those others. So there are a few users, but overall, these are all very niche units that I don't think most players are going for. So if you're looking at this VC wondering, do I need to invest into this to make fire strong in the far future? I think the answer is no. This is going to be a good card, but it's not a game-changing card. It's not a necessary card. If you want to be able to run fire mages, all you need is Encounter of Heroes, and it is in the general permanent pool, so you don't need to do anything specific to get it. So I am personally going to skip this, even though I have invested into Setia and King Mont. I have and Regalia Glaciala. I didn't go for Terra, but honestly, I'll be very happy to just run on my Regalia Glaciala Encounter of Heroes in primary, and maybe Secrets of the Heart or Typhon in secondary to increase my accuracy across the board. I feel like that's going to be more important for my fire teams than what the Omen VC would bring me, and I just can't justify spending 10,000 Viz plus whatever it takes to max it right now for this. So, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Am I crazy about skipping this VC? Let me know. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.